Hello, it's Paul here. I'm going to give you as quick as I can a full introduction to Zoho CRM, the free version. So if you're looking for a paid version, this is going to be on the free one. There will be other videos on the paid version. I've asked in years gone by for people to pause me and tell you why they're here, and I'm going to do this video a little bit different because of that. I'm presuming you're either here to evaluate Zoho CRM free version for your business or for the company you work for. You want to learn as a new user how to use it, or you want to have a setup guide to setting up and getting started with it. So what I've done for the first time in this video is I'm going to split it up into those three parts. I will have just put up the times where each section begins. So jump to that section if you don't want to watch the whole video. We're going to cover everything. Just a little bit of housekeeping. If you come to my website, there is free training. The Zoho One experience will give you everything you need over and above. So if this is a bit too fast or you want to go a bit slower, there'll be step-by-step training, and there's a forum there where you can ask any questions, and of course you can ask your questions in Zoho as well. So we're going to start off with what is Zoho CRM about, and then we'll get into how to use it. Right, let's dive in. What is Zoho CRM? And let's talk about pricing. This is the free version and it is free, but we're going to talk about it. So CRM, this is customer relationship management. This is managing your better interactions with your customer, tracking emails, tracking conversations, meetings, being in a better place to give them a better service and give your salespeople fingertip information that they can just speed them up, that will help them. I'm going to explain that as we go through, and you're going to see the benefits of using it. Pricing, we go quickly. If you come down here, because we know it's the free version, we're just going to see that Zoho CRM is free for 3 users. It used to be a lot easier to say when it were 10 users, but it is free for 3 users, right? This is this version. Obviously, there's upgrades you can get, and I recommend that anybody looking at enterprise level should go and check out z1trial.com. Go and check out Zoho One, and in particularly, if I spell it right, z1trial.com. And I've got the information there for if you're going to pay, and if you're going to go to enterprise level, you get all 40 Zoho apps for £1 a day, for less than it actually would cost for Zoho CRM Enterprise. So if you're thinking about paying, go check out Zoho One, right? But for the free version, you're going to get leads, contacts, accounts, deals, tasks and events, and the CRM views. Obviously, a lot of things are going to be scrubbed out. Advanced filters, page customization, you'll be able to rename things, 5 modules working, 50 emails a day, notifications per day, 150 emails a day, whichever is lower. Standard reports, so you're not going to be able to customize reports, you're not going to be able to customize the CRM very much, but for a free CRM, you're going to get everything you need to get started, and it's very easy to upgrade later, right? So if you want to check out pricing and then go, you have to, just for the free version, you do have to click that see all features. They don't advertise the free version a lot. Right, let's take our first look around a CRM, customer relationship management. Let's see what the free version can do. You'll be able to see your version if you're working with your company or something. You can see what version you're on up in the corner here. This is the free version. I'm going to go through all the tabs, and then I'll go through them individually and explain them more of the features in depth, right? So our homepage, we can set this up to be whatever we want. Obviously, you can see your deals, any tasks you've got, any meetings, any activity. This is basically your home quick look dashboard that you can edit and move around however you want. Leads, these are effectively how I look at leads, are people that have done nothing with your company before. Let me turn my email off and my WhatsApp. Leads are possible people of interest, possible business in the future. Somebody's mentioned something, you're going to type in a lead. I'm going to go through it in a minute and show you how to convert a lead to a contact. So generally, leads are people you've never done any business with. And then we're going to convert them in to a contact, which is the person you're going to be talking to, and accounts. Generally, the accounts are the people who pay the bill. So if you're doing B2B or B2C, sometimes if you're B2C, then the contact and the account will be the same person. So Mrs. Smith, I work with security companies. It's easier for me to explain. For a security company, Mrs. Smith wants a new burglar alarm. She will be both the contact and the account, but it's converted from the lead. I'm going to explain it, don't worry. If it's the business, obviously, we need a new fire alarm at the Grove pub near us. The contact is the landlord, but the account is the pub or the people, the brewery, whoever's going to pay the bill. So in here, we can keep our contacts, we can keep track of all information, and at one fingertip, we've got their email address, their phone call, and their history. And as I say, I'm going to go through it, don't worry, I'm going to go more in depth. I just want to fly through these tabs. Accounts, the businesses that pay the money. Deals, this is your main area of your CRM. The pipeline, however you set it up, to get people from signed up, needs analysis, to getting a quote out the door, to moving them all the way across your pipeline into job done, or deal lost, right? Every deal you do has got to go either deal won or deal lost. That's the job of any salesman, right? Salesperson, as I'm supposed to say that, right? And then obviously you can jump in and you can edit deals, you can write notes, you can send emails, you can keep track of information, you can talk to people in your business about this deal, and many other things within the CRM. Activities, this is where you're looking at what meetings have I got on. Obviously you see your customers, your open deals, your contacts. But if you've got anything that you need to jump onto, you've got a phone call coming up, you've got a meeting, you're going to, this is where you can add tasks for them. But the beauty with Zoho is that you can do all these things from nearly every page. There's lots of different places to add things, to add parts to this sales pipeline. And it will become apparent in a second. Reports, obviously you're going to have standard reports on the free version, but this is where you're going to see all your data, all your information in standard reports that you want to see weekly, monthly, daily. How many phone calls, how many leads, how many closed leads. Basic reports that you need and get. Feeds, it's a little bit like your Facebook page where, you can dive in and say, hello, going to Mrs. Smith's. Anybody work there? And you can post it. You can say, I've got a deal on. Has anybody got any information on this? Has anybody got a sales document on that? How much is that new camera system? Anything you want to put in the feeds. And as things happen, as you close deals, as you work through your deals, other people will be able to see, close the deal and congratulate you and things like that. Campaigns. This is, if you've got the easiest way to explain the campaigns is how you're getting leads into your system that then become deals and then you make money. So, for instance, if you take a phone call and customer says, "Oh, can I have a new burglar alarm?" and you say, "Oh, that's great, but we'll come and see you. Do you mind asking us where you heard us from? I've got your number out of the Yellow Pages." So a campaign might be paying the Yellow Pages £500 a year to put your name in the Yellow Pages. I'm not sure if it even still goes. And then every time you get a deal, you can tag it to that campaign. So it might be a Facebook ad, it might be a Google ad, it might be some sort of advertising program that you've got. That every time you go through a deal, if you win the deal, you can say that advert has cost me £10,000, but we've got £200,000 worth of work through it. And that's the easiest way to explain campaigns. Documents, obviously there's useful documents that you want to get everybody to be able to get access to. So if you've got some sort of sales document or signature, something you need, signed documents, stuff like that you've got to send out to customers before they can sign off on jobs and things like that. You're going to keep all your documents in one place. Visits, I'm not sure if visits works in the free version. Visitor tracking, you can obviously put on your website and add the data. Generate more leads. It's not very well presented, that, is it? I haven't looked into visits a lot, but there's obviously a way you can put you can put some code on your website that sees on the information on a contact how many times they've been to your website and what they've clicked on and where they've come from, right? Right, let's take a step-by-step look at exactly how this is going to work. Let's put in a lead, a sample lead, and move them all the way through your pipeline. So we're going to go straight to leads, and we're going to add. Now, however it is set up, you can set it up so a website, an email creates a lead. Facebook, you can link to Facebook to create a lead. However, the lead, generating the lead is a little bit more of a video. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a lead. So there's multiple ways of doing it. You can just go up to the top here, add a lead. You can go up to the top here, add lead. You can do it on the mobile app, which I'll show you later. And I'm going to say, what should we do? Let's do the corner. Let's do the chip shop. The chip shop needs a new fire alarm, right? My mate, Craig, has just said to me, I were in chip shop the other day, and they were talking about they need a new fire alarm. Something wrong with fire alarm. They need one quite urgently. I mentioned your name. So now you're like, okay, so it's Golden Cod. Company is Golden Cod. So I'm going to put in add a lead, right? I don't know a lot of information at this time. Golden Cod chip shop, right? I don't know the name, but I'm going to put. So for the last name, it's probably not a good idea, but I'm going to put chip shop owner. I don't know his name, right? My mates just said they need a fire alarm. Email, I don't know. Title, I don't know. Phone number, I don't know. This is pretty much, I don't know any of this. You could put in lead source and say it's a referral. Is it a referral search engine? Employee referral, external referral. So if it's depends whether Craig works for us or not, doesn't it? Internal, external, but you can put where it came from. All sorts of there's a lot of fields and files here that you can use or not use. And needs in the description needs a new fire alarm urgent, right? That's it. That's all you know at this point. And it'll just sit there, chip shop owner, Golden Cod chip shop, and you're going to sit there and it's going to go into your leads. Now it's up to you how much you have prioritized that or not, right? So lead source, cold call. How is this set up? This is oh, let me refresh that. So, but you are sat there thinking, I've got all these leads to go through, and I've got to clear them out. How important is that other one? Which is, this is it's kind of in a weird order, the sample data. You'd want the latest leads first, or would you? I mean, it's up to you how you set it up. We can change these tables. We can change this columns, and add created time. And you might want to put created time at the top. You might want to put probability, which is what we're going to talk about in a minute. Oh, that's in the deals, I think. Unsubscribed. So we might put that time, and then we might sort to this to descending. So it's the newest first, and there it is. So basically, you've got a list of deals that you need to get through, and I go, right, I've got to get back to that chip shop owner. So I'm going to go and do my research, find out his name is Dave Smith, right? So I'm going to edit the information, show detail, right? Company, last name we now know is Smith. Oh, click edit up here. It's the easiest way. Mr. Dave Smith. Email is Dave S at chipshop.com. Title, owner, phone number, whatever it is, mobile, whatever it is. And obviously your company data, you need to say what needs to be added to your leads, what information is important, dropping other things off, like, you know, number of employees, Skype ID, depends on your business. You can just remove these things off there so that you don't have hundreds of things to fill out. You have only a certain amount of settings. 123 High Street, Donny, DN56 UT, whatever it might be. Country, because obviously if you're only ever doing work in your local area, you don't need country and province, and Twitter names you might not be interested in, but you can add information. The more information you've got, the better. So now we've created a lead, we've got a bit more information, and we need to find out if this person's interested, right? So we're going to phone this person. On the app, you can just phone them straight away. And we're going to add an activity, right? Call. Or meeting. It depends on what we call it. I'm going to call, because you might actually just phone them. You can actually track the phone call after it's done. So you can say initial call. I've called him. And prospecting, we're basically working out if they want it. You can obviously change these statuses to how your business runs as well. But we're just going to prospect related to, there is no account and there is no call type on the free version. On the account, you would be if it was in a contact, but in a lead, you don't have an account because you haven't converted it to an account yet, right? So I've made the call. When did I do the call? If you want to go through all this, let's do 5 p.m. 5 p.m. How long did it last? 30 minutes. And information called to see about fire alarm. Interested. Wants to go further, right? So that's all we really need. Interested. There you go. Interested. So we've took a call, and now we've started the activity between us and this contact, this lead. And now what we need to do is convert it into a contact and an account. There's a debate here that people don't want to make them an account until they've sold stuff, but you cannot tag a deal, which is what we're going for, to a lead. You can't add a deal. What you've got to do is convert it into a contact and an account, and then you can create deals. So there is a debate. Is it a contact before they've actually paid anything with you? I think it is. I think once that person's agreed and interested in speaking to you, they've become a contact, whether they buy anything off you or not, right? Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to convert into an account and a contact, right? So at the top of the screen, Dave Smith says he wants further contact and he wants to know about having his fire alarm done. So up the top here, we're going to convert. It's going to say create a new account, which is going to be the Cold and Cod Chip Shop. This can be edited later. None of this is set in stone. Dave Smith is the new contact name. And do you want to, at this point, create a new deal? We do, because we know it's a fire alarm that he's interested in. So we're going to create a new deal. An amount. What do we think this isn't a specific amount. At the moment this time, you just think, oh, he's going to want a so-and-so alarm. He's going to want a so-and-so product. I think it's going to be a £2,000 job. So it's just going to put this pricing into your pipeline. It's going to edit as you go further. Golden Cob Chip Shop. You might put fire alarm. Depends how you'll process your deal names. You might be customer name first. Or you might want to do a capitals for the product. But you need a deal name. Fire alarm. You can just put fire alarm, new fire alarm, upgrade fire alarm. Whatever it might be in your deal name. How long are you going to give yourself to close the deal? Well, we know this is quite urgent, so we're going to give ourselves till end of next week. Stage, we're still in qualification. Again, it's how you want to use these stage names. I would recommend changing them to things that make sense to you. You know, customer research, meeting, quote sent, proposals sent, negotiation, close won, close lost. So if these wordings don't make sense to you, you can change the wording, right? So we're going to put need analysis for this, right? It's probably a value proposition, really. Contact role, it is the decision maker. This is the person in charge. And a campaign source, there wasn't one, but if it was a Yellow Pages or a Facebook ad or something that you've paid into, you could put a campaign source. Who is the owner? If you've got more than one, you can change it, and then we're going to convert. That now means we've got an account, Golden Cod account. We've got a contact. The contact is set up, and we've got a fire alarm deal that we're going to go into as well. So let's just jump in and have a look a little bit more at the contact and the contact information of that person. So we can see now, we can see the timeline of anything that's happened between me and this person. A general overview, fire alarm, contact information, date of birth. Depends what you need to know, right? What I really like is on the call or on any interaction, going to the notes and saying, you know, wife called Mary, kids 12 and 10, by Luke and Sarah. Luke into hockey. Sarah is a soccer player. And whatever information, private information that they've shared, that next time you can say, next time you phone up, in your contact here, your information, if it's you or somebody else, how cool is it when you go, oh, how's your wife Mary doing? Is she still working at so-and-so? Or how are the kids doing? Are they still playing hockey? And stuff like that. So you're going to add them to the information, and anything else in that contact area, you're gonna have at your fingertips now. You've got phone numbers, you've got email addresses. You can add an activity. So this is a place where, again, we can set up a meeting or we can set up a task. Within the contact, you probably wouldn't do it, but what you can see there is the deal. So here we can see the deal, and that's where we would probably. This probably the better way to do it would be if there is a meeting for that deal, then do it on that deal. Then you'll have all the information in one place. Whereas if it's just a proposal that you want to give them a call about, it might be a call about, oh, do you want a fire? Do you want a burglar alarm? Or do you want some cameras? Or do you want, if it's just a genuine meet and greet with a current customer, you don't need to do this in the deal, is what I'm saying. You can basically task, schedule a meeting, just put in a task or a call, and you can see previous activities. So it's everything's at one place, isn't it? Everything that you've had interactions with this customer is in one place. And right at the top is the deal. And we know this is the most important part of your sales pipeline, is getting to that deal, clicking on the deal, seeing it in the pipeline, but then being able to jump forward and back through the accounts, the deals, the contacts, and being able to touch that information. So you're nipping out to see Dave. Was it Dave? Dave at the chip shop. Now, just before you go, you're going to quickly jump in. Right, wife, kids, Mary. See that information and then pull up, and you're going for a meeting, right? So let's quickly go from contacts to accounts. Accounts, the same sort of thing. We're going to have the same information, but obviously there might be multiple contacts. So if, for instance, Dave at the chip shop says, oh, can you now go with my manager? You can quickly add a contact, right? So Mr. Joe Blogs. Oh, last name Blogs even. Job. Joe Blogs. Account, we know. Twitter, put information. Reporting to, we can put in here, Dave's the boss. And we can add any information. And now we've got 2 accounts to that. So you might have people that work on this account that know Dave Smith, know Joe Blogs, know the customer is a bit of a tire kicker, waste of time. You might put some notes in there saying that. You're going to have the past history of deals. You're going to be able to see what's gone through before. So if you did a deal for them 3 years ago that lost, was the fire alarm that lost, you can at least go back and maybe see some information. But you can see all activity, anything that's happened between that that account and all its contacts in one place. So obviously you're going to see, in the free version, you're not going to see bills and things like that, but you could on a paid version see any quotes going out, any interactions. But the free version's a little bit more limited, but you get that this is the company that pays the bills. It's pretty much every module. You get the gist of now. There's different places to get to different functions that you need. You want to add a deal, you can go here. You want to open an activity, you can do a task, a meeting, a call. You can't send an email. And up here, you can also do the same thing. So it's the same thing as contacts with a little bit less information in theory, but this is a business now anyway. Let's look at that deal and let's move it through the pipeline, which is the whole point of the CRM. Getting your deals from the opening stages, qualification, all the way through to a negotiation and send. So now we're going to look at our stage pipeline, or in deals, we can look at it as a list instead. Set it up as you want. Set it up for filtering to the most probable, the highest expensive, the cheaper the job, closing dates. You can set this up however your system works. But a lot of people like this Kanban sort of looking display. And again, you can edit it for information. But we're going to see start of the pipeline, the qualification, only 10% chance of getting these jobs done. But as you move your job through, you will see the probability go up, which can be set in the back end as well. And you can edit your value. But in each stage, this is your sales pipeline. There's 250 grand here, 100 grand here, 70 grand. And you can go through and see which of your deals you need to get done. But we're talking about this one, right? Because we're talking about this one, moving this one now. We've gone for a meeting and we're going to send a proposal. So we're going to move it all the way through. In fact, we'll go to value proposition. We'll go here. Because then we're going to send, we haven't sent a quote yet. So we're going to go here and we've moved the stage. So when we click into the deal, if I click properly, same sort of format, but we can see this is the pipeline at the top. I can't drag that across. I can do this, right? So I know I've gone from qualification to analysis to value proposition. And again, rename these things to what makes sense for your business. If you call them this, that's great. But if you don't, change it. Need to do quote sent, quote review, whatever it might be that makes sense to you, do it, or get to know these. So we've got this probability and the stage, which mirrors up here. We know the probability will go up as we get closer to this elusive closed won or closed lost. We see the contact person, we see the stage history of the dates again. Any notes on the job, anything that we need to be wary of. Old system is a FX 250 or 230 something. Needs upgrading. And any other information on that deal, right? Any documents you want to save, any attachments. If you want to send a quote out, you could attach your quote here, so you upload a quote. But you're going to get to a point where you do your quote, you're going to set your meeting, and you're going to move across to proposal quote. Right, so we're going to move it now into doing the quote. We are getting all the information, getting the pricing, getting more quotes in from if you need third parties. We're putting the information in there, and we send the quote. And again, we can just click up at the top. Or we can go back to deals where we are here. So now we've gone all the way across the pipeline and we are into review. Finally, you're going to schedule that task to say, we're coming up to that closing date. Let's schedule a call. So I've sent my negotiation out. I've sent my price out. And I'm going to schedule a call. Yes or no, I don't know what you call it. I get my brain freezes when I do these. Call purpose, negotiation. I'm calling to find out, is it a yes or a no? outbound again. This time we do have the deal tagged and the contact. It doesn't say the company, does it? Call to get a yes or no. And we're going to schedule this call for Friday. What did we say? We gave ourselves to the end of next week to do it. So we're going to do it Friday at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. and save. So we've got an activity which is logged over here. We're going to make the call. We get to that next call. In fact, we get to the activity. We'll see things that we need to do on that day, and it's going to pop up and tell us we need to make a call. Right? We need to get this call done. We'll get a notification on that day. Little bell. Make the call. We make the call, and Golden Cod said yes. It's a closed one. On that day, we save it. The job is done. You go into your process of setting up however you deliver the product, setting out up however you, whatever happens, whatever you're selling. What's the next stage? The customer has agreed, and our deal has gone through the pipeline. If we lose the deal, you've phoned up. What's happened, Dave? You're not having it. Why not? Smart security were cheaper or lost on price, right? Whatever it might be. So you're looking for a yes or no, and then you're finished. The deal is now moved out to lost or to won. Let's be a bit more. Let's put it in one, right? And that is the deal and the information. So we know we've gone from lead, creating contacts, creating an account, creating a deal, and we've moved it through to a won status. So I think you're getting the overview that the importance is the lead to contact to deal. Obviously then there's multiple ways that it will keep your productivity up, and it will keep letting you know what you've got to do next. You can go to your activities. What do I need to see? What do I need to follow up on? What meetings have I got? And again, you can choose and set and edit and filter and do all sorts with Zoho CRM that get you sorted, to running reports, to finding where possible money is and tunneling in. But really, lead through that pipeline, lead, contact, and then becoming a deal is really priority. Taking it off a spreadsheet and putting it on to a database where you can really work and speed yourself up, you know. Right, let's have a quick look at the mobile app as well, because that's a big part of it. You obviously want all this data on the go. So you get the app, it's easy in the App Store, quick to install, you log in, I already have, I don't want to share my password. And just like the main computer app, the main platform, you can jump around on the app itself. So your home feed, again, however you want to set it up, you've got your meetings coming up, you've got anything in the future happening, you've got any tasks that you've got to get through, any calls that you need to do or follow up on. Here's that initial call that you can schedule. You can just straight out phone them. There's a phone button at the bottom. You can email them from your phone. Any feeds, anything else happening, if somebody else in the company's made a sale, you can leave a comment or say something. You can add a comment to your own work. All your leads. So we know these are people we need to contact and somehow convert them into a customer, or at least get to a point where they want to interact with you more. So again, you can make the phone call, make the initial task, and then convert at the top there. Convert them just like you did on a computer. Contacts, all the contacts. If we do, what was it, Joe Blogs? There's Joe Blogs in the chip shop. If we type in COD, I'm not sure if it, yeah, there's Golden Cod chip shop, the account, and there's Dave Smith. There's the deal that's been won. We can go back and cancel that. We can see the deals here. Here's all our open jobs. So when you're out on the road, you're out or you're working from home or you're doing it whatever, sat in the coffee shop. What do I need to do? I need to do something in this deal. I've got a task that I can add. I can add a new task. I've got an attachment. I might be taking a photo. Add a photo. Allow it. Oh, my screen cover. Take the photo. Use the photo. And that adds it to that contact. So that's good to be out on the fly. Attach it. And it'll be there as well. So there's the attachment. So it's pretty much as you would expect. It almost mirrors the web app, the computer app that you use, and everything's getting very familiar into you. Every screen, deal, contact, you start to know where you are, and it's very easy to use. I just want to go through the collaborative sort of way of working as well, because on the free version you get 3 users, so obviously you can have more people working. So it's going to get a little bit confusing, but on my Chrome, I've signed in as Sarah Sales. So I've got another user who's Sarah Sales, right? And then my user here is Paul Nicholson. So two different logins, and I'm going to show you sort of the things that you can do to collaborate. You want to tag people in things. You want to say, you go to the feed and you say, let's go for this deal, right? So I'm going to go to, what's this? Something I can say. Chris King sample. Chapman, what's this? Morlong Associates. Right, and the contact person is Mitsu Tolner, right? I want to go to feeds and say, I've forgotten his name already. What was it? Morlong Associates. I'm going to Morlong Associates. Hello, heading to Morlong Associates today. Any info would help. Anyone work there, right? Anyone work there? Work there. I'm not sure. Can you do Art Morlong? I'm not sure you can. Yeah, no, you can't. Send us direct message. If you want to send a direct message, anyone work there? Post. And now, when I log in and I'm on my page, and I might drop into my feeds, and I'm going to see deleted user. I've deleted. I've somehow deleted the user. It should say Sarah Sales, of course, right? And I would reply, "Hi, Sarah. My wife works there, right? Works there. Give me a shout with what you need." I don't know why that says deleted user. What you need. I've just set this account up though. With what you need. Something like that, right? Or I play squash with a guy. Or something about it. I'm not letting me submit, I don't think, because it's deleted user. I've set it up and done something wrong. Deleted user posted a status. Why? Oh man, every time I do these new ones, there's always something that catches me out. See, it says Sarah Sales there. It doesn't say deleted user, does it? Maybe I haven't activated her account properly. Now it says. Now when I go to it says Sarah Sales. It just changed on its own. So anyway, obviously setting up a brand new system, you would be a little bit funkier, but yeah, I play with squash. I don't play squash. With the manager, good guy, I'll pass on your contact or hook you up, whatever you want to do, right? So there's a interactivity to it to get it to work, right? So now you get a notification. Paul Nicholson posted a comment. Yeah, I play squash with the manager. Awesome. Thanks. I don't know if you do that, Paul. No. Oh yeah, Paul Nicholson. Thanks, Paul. I'll give you a call in 10 minutes, if that's okay. Right? So you're not sending loads of emails about, you've started this sort of interactivity on things where you can tag other people. I'm getting emails now for that, right? Even though you're not sending emails. But it'll be an email saying you've got a notification. So Sarah might come in and open this account and go to notes and just drop, show details, go to notes and do at Paul Nicholson, you worked on this dead deal, closed deal, dead deal. Any tips to get back in there? I don't know what salespeople do really. Thanks. Save. And notification up here. Sarah posted a comment. And it would come through that you've been tagged. Oh, something showed up there, didn't it? But I think you can see there's interactivity between both the sales and the staff. Sarah updated a deal. Sarah, Paul, have you worked on it? Yeah. Oh, come and see you. Something like that. I believe, depending again how it's set up, so if Sarah cuts a deal, let's go here and pick a big deal. Let's do this one, 250 grand. And I'm going to, that box is for. I think it's just selecting it. I'm going to drag this all the way through to close one. I'm getting emails saying Sarah mentioned you. Sarah mentioned you. I'm getting an email to say big deal has been created. Sarah's just closed this deal, which is amazing. I'm pretty sure it comes up in feeds, or it used to come up in feeds. There we go. Sarah updated a deal. Close one. Awesome job, Sarah. Tag. It would go to her either way. Drinks on us to celebrate. I don't know. Okay, let's say Friday night in pub. That's weird, isn't it? The world's gone mad. You just go drinks on us, we'll go and celebrate and get pissed. You've just closed a 250 grand deal. It's going to keep us in business for the next 3 years. End of week meeting. Great job, right? Something like this. All sorts of interactivity and connection and getting your department closer, making it easier to talk and a bit more fun, isn't it? A bit more fun rather than constant emails directly saying, I've just closed the deal, rather than this has gone, Sarah hasn't told anybody, she's closed the deal, but then the system tells people and everybody can congratulate. It's a better team environment, I would have thought. So I hope that was a quick overview. It wasn't a how-to, but a real introduction to the power of Zoho CRM, the free version. The paid versions have a load of customization. They have lots of other things they can do. But the free version's a real cool starting place and it's easy to upgrade. I recommend anybody to check out Zoho 1, z1trial.com for more information. Zoho on for £1 a day gets you all 40 Zoho apps to run your entire business on that enterprise level. It's an unbelievable deal. I think it's great. But the Zoho CRM is really easy to use. It's easy to dive into and ask questions. If you sign up for it, come to pnuk.co/Zoho CRM. Free training on my website. There's a free forum. You can ask questions in the forum and you can ask in YouTube. I hope this helped. We're going to get into new users next. But any questions, fire away. You know where I am. Thanks for watching. Hello, it's Paul, and in this part of the video, or this video, is all about Zoho CRM for new users. If you have just started a job that are using Zoho CRM, if you are looking to go to a job interview where you need information about Zoho CRM, or you just want to know what Zoho CRM does, this is the video for you. There is, you will get a certificate for this if you follow the link that's in the description. It may be on the screen as well. And just for watching this video, you do get the new user Zoho One Experience certificate. So it's worth getting once you've watched this video. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to understand what Zoho CRM does and how your company or your prospective company will use it. And hopefully this will either get you to land a job or get you to be the Zoho expert in the office. So let's dive in. Let's explain to you what Zoho CRM is and what it does. CRM, I'm sorry if I'm teaching you to suck eggs, is customer relationship management. This is a platform for sales teams to manage their customers, manage their deals, and manage their interactions with them. So you go and see a customer, they want a price for a job, you log all that information, you log any personal information that might help you in the future, remembering things about them. You interact, email, message, phone calls. You turn it into a deal, and then you either try to win or lose that deal, right? So I'm going to fly through and introduce you to the home screen. The home page is where all your quick things are, your up-and-coming tasks that you've got to do, any leads you've got to follow up, any deals that you need to close this month. You can set this to work however you want. So you can. This page is like your dashboard to what do I need to do today? What have I got on that I need to get done? Leads. These are people that haven't done anything with your company yet. You haven't interacted with them. It doesn't matter if they've bought off you. What it matters in leads is, do they want you to contact them? So on the grapevine, I call this the grapevine people. So one of your friends said, I work with a lot with security companies, so it's easier for me to explain if you're a security company. Somebody you know comes in and says, I've just been in that chip shop and they need a new fire alarm. So that's all you know. You don't know the chip shop owner's name. You don't know the chip shop. You don't know the business or anything, but you put it in as a lead, and then it's down to you to find that information out. So you're going to go back in and try and find contact information, reach out to that person. Would you like me to give you a price for a fire alarm? When they say yes, then you convert into a contact and an account. We'll go through this in a second fully and show you the start to finish of how to do it. Contacts are people who want to or who have dealt with your company. These are people, contacts, people that you would phone, that you would contact, right? The account is the business, the people that probably pay the bill. Now, sometimes with contacts and accounts, it can be the same person. So if you're B2C, business to consumer, or you're business to business, if you're, say, I'm again a burglar alarm company, I'm going to sell Mrs. Smith a burglar alarm. She would both be the contact and the account in this case. Whereas if it's a business that pays the bill, the business will be the account, and the contact. There could be multiple contacts for that business, right? Deals. This is really where you will spend a lot of your time if you're a salesperson or some sort of admin trying to help people out. But this is, you've got a deal in the pipeline that you've got to move from the initial phone call, the initial converting the lead, into all the way down the pipeline into closed won or closed lost, right? So you've got a deal, you need to drag it across and win the job. That is the whole point of a sales pipeline, isn't it? So it starts out, you know nothing about it, you research it, you have a meeting, you present a proposal, you negotiate the price, and then you either close win or you close lost the job. And everything on CRM is about this pipeline. It's about getting deals over the line. And then once you've done it one thing with a company, a customer, maybe a year's time, they phone you for something else, and you've got all that information at your fingertip that you've already got. You've got the contact details, you've got their account information, and you've got any previous deals, won or lost, in the system, right? So that is really where the vast majority of people's time would live, in deals. Activities, this is like, customers that you've got to go and do things for, open deals, any meetings coming up, any contacts, anything like that, and any other information you've put up. Again, you can set this out however you want it to work. Set it in a list, set it in a Kanban style, where however you want it to work, or the best way you find to work in it, you want to see your activity. What do I need to do today? I need to phone Mr. So-and-so. I need to set up a meeting with that company. I need to finish that deal proposal, whatever it might be. It's going to live in your activity, right? Reports, pretty much as it says. In the free version, they're very basic, but it's going to be, obviously a salesperson, a sales team, any business really. You've got to see what the pipeline looks like, how much money is coming down the pipe, how many deals have been signed off, how many phone calls have you made, how many meetings. All that sort of stuff can be tracked by your boss. And then feeds. Feeds, think like a Facebook, a mini internal office Facebook, where people can say, I'm going to this business, I'm going to work at so-and-so today, anybody worked at it. And other people in the contact in the business can see what you've put and, yeah, I've worked there, I can help you out and stuff like that. And so the feeds is a little bit like a mini social network. And if you close deals, so here, updated a deal to 1, and people can say, oh, well done, you closed the job off. Settings, obviously you can search, and there's different settings and all sorts of things in the system if you're allowed to it. As a new user, you probably won't be allowed to do much settings, but you can let your boss know things can change, and you can customize things to work yourself. So that's just a quick walk around, and now we'll go a little bit more in depth into each area. Go through that in a whole process so you understand exactly what I mean. So we're going to get a lead, and we're going to say, the local bar wants some CCTV cameras, right? So my friend has come to me and said, hey, Paul, I was in the bar last night and they had a bit of an issue and the landlord needs some new cameras. Might be worth you giving him a call. So you're going to put that into the system as a lead. So I'm going to go to leads. There's multiple ways of doing it. I could just quickly go here and add a lead. I can go up to this plus sign up here, add a lead. And at this point, I don't know any information. I know the pub is called The Grove, right? The Grove Inn. I think the landlord's name is Steve, right? Last name, you have to put a last name in. I'm just going to put find out. You don't know his name at this point. You don't know the phone number. You don't know the website. You might know the website is thegrove.com. You might know the phone number is whatever. But you don't know a lot of information. All you know is Craig said needs new CCTV system. So this is all we're putting in. It's a grapevine lead, possible lead, and it's our job to quantify this lead, to qualify it, and say, do you want to go further? Do you want us to come in, right? So lead source, we're going to say external referral. My friend has referred that lead. Save, done. Right? So I'm sorry, this account is Sarah Sales. This is who I am acting as, right? So now it's my job to go find out more information. Here's all my leads. I want to either close them or get them into a deal, get them into my contact database. So I'm going to I might go back to Craig and say, oh, what's landlord's name? And he might say, it's Steve Jones, right? Have you got his phone number? Oh, yeah, here's his mobile phone number. Any info? Yeah, he's a nice bloke. Got his email address? No, I ain't got his email address. Okay, cool. But we've got his name, and now we've got a phone number. So what we can do with this is schedule a call or log a call. So up in here is activities. So these are the things that have happened, and here's an activity of I'm going to make a call to Steve Jones. Now I can either log it as I'm doing it, like now. So I could call now and start the call and set the timer. I can phone him and then do this just to track that I've called him, or I can schedule a call to remind me. So what I might do is say CCTV new call, whatever you call it, right? Call purpose, prospecting, related to an account and call type won't work in the lead and description. New CCTV possible. Right, oh, sorry. And I'm going to phone him tomorrow at 10 a.m. I don't know why it does that. 11 a.m. 11 a.m. tomorrow. And I'm going to schedule it. Schedule call. Call result. We'll do that afterwards. And save, right? So now the next day comes. So if we went to the next day, my activity would show call Steve. Get approval, register. They're not all there, are they? You would see that in your activity log, things to do, leads to call. Here we go. CCTV new call. So tomorrow comes. It would pop up and notify me. Don't forget your call at 11. So we go in and we do the call. So let's go back to the deal. CCTV new call in prospecting. Oh, I don't usually come in this way. Call duration. So we make the call. We're going to edit it. We make the call and mark this call as complete. Call duration took 30 minutes. Description, call result. They're interested. They're interested, right? So now we know that this deal, this lead is interested. So we're going to go in Steve Jones. So now it's my job to convert. They are saying that they want to speak to us. They want us to work with us. They're not saying they've bought the product. At this point, they're just saying, yes, contact me. And a lot of people here will say, we don't think people are a contact until they've bought something. Well, the thing with Zoho CRM, you cannot create a deal for a lead. You can only create deals for contacts or accounts that are already in. So you've got to convert them to be able to create the deal, which they then will win or lose, right? So I'm going to go convert up the top here. Sorry, at the top. So you go into your lead. So I've just had a phone call. I've just had an email or whatever it might be. Steve Jones has said, I want to hear more from you. Convert to lead. Sorry, convert the lead into, we're going to have an account. So this is the person that pays the bill. This is the company. And then a contact, Steve Jones, works for that company. And we're going to create a deal. We're going to say, we've had a quick chat, and we think it's about a £3,000 camera system we're going to sell them. This is a ballpark figure. It's just to help build your pipeline. You can edit it later as you work out exactly how much it is. The Grove in, and it's pretty urgent. We're going to give ourselves end of next week to finish it. If you've already done the meetings, you can jump to whichever part of the pipeline that you are in, because you might be qualifying. You might have to go and research, but you might already have done the meeting and you're going to just give them a quote. So you might jump all the way to quote. But what I'll do is I'll leave it at qualification. And I'll just show you the pipeline as we go through it. Contact role. Well, Steve Smith is the manager and he is the decision maker. If he wasn't the decision maker, then you might have to identify the decision maker, then go and talk to them. Campaign source. If you've got them set up, this might be Steve Smith's phoned me, and I've said to him, "How have you heard about us?" And this might be Facebook page, Facebook ad, Yellow Pages, advertising, something or other. So then what you can do is you can track from that campaign how much money that it made. So if you've got a campaign, you can tag it if that person's knows, and you can say who is it for. If it's for somebody else, if you're assigned to somebody else, it's your job to assign deals to people. This is where you would pick them. But I'm going to convert it, and now I have got Steve has got a account. Sorry, the Grove has got an account. The Grove Inn account, and the information on the business. There is a deal. Sorry, there is a contact now, and all the contact information, activity, emails and things will be tracked. So you can see all that information, and there is a deal been set up. So we can now work on this deal to get it over the line. Right, let's look at contacts and accounts and some information. It's a lot of these pages you're going to start to see a lot of things that are saying this is the deal, accounts and history and activities, contacts are all the same. So in a contact, right? Steve Jones. I can see the information. If I've now found out his email, I'm going to put in Steve at thegrove.com, right? Depending on what version you're running, it will track emails. If I want to put, I've had this personal contact with Steve, and he's told me wife name is Sally, works at the school. Kids are Tina and Dave. Tina dances same place as my daughter. Private information that they've told you as you've gone and had a chat. Worked there, worked at Grove for 10 years. So next time, why are you putting this down? Why are you putting this information? The next time you have a conversation, you go, oh, how's your wife Sally doing? She still works at so-and-so. How's Tina's dancing going? Can't believe you've worked here 10 years, haven't you? Just like things that you might not have remembered because you've got 50, 60, 70 customers to remember. But as you go, before you go for a meeting with this person, you can have a quick look at your notes. Oh yeah, daughter's called Tina. Kids, Dave's the son. Sally works at the local school. Information now at your fingertips to just make the customer experience a bit better. In the contact, we can also see the deals assigned to that contact, and we can jump on them if we want. We can see activity of phone calls. We can see forward. Depends how depends how you're set up. But in the free version, you're just going to see if sent from the CRM. You may or may not do that. In the paid versions, you can track it with your actual own emails. I can see any activities that are open, any notes I've made, and I can jump around, right? I can go up to the top here and go to the company. The company information is the same. Different fields. You might be looking at different fields because there might be things that you don't need. Whoever set your CRM up might say you don't need the SIC code. Delete it. You don't need to know how many employees work there. We never fill any of this information in. So you get rid of the fields you don't use. But again, down the sideline, toolbar, deals, contacts, add a contact, add a new contact. Joe Blogs works there. Oh no, I always do that. Blogs. Right. Phone number. All you really need on a contact is the last name. So now this company has 2 contacts. Social media, you can track it. You know, is there any social media you can connect and say this is that company's profile? So if you go into a job and you see on the profile they've got a Christmas party or a 70s disco or a quiz night, and you turn up and you go, oh, there's a quiz night tomorrow in there, I might come. It's just extra information at your fingertips to be able to jump in and see their profile, jump in and see the company profile, and you can jump around, contact, go back to Steve Smith, deal, jump into the deal, which is what we're going to talk about next. So let's talk about deals. Let's talk about the real reason you're going to use Zoho CRM free version. And that is tracking the deals, tracking the money, getting people from, I'm interested in a CCTV system or whatever the product is you're selling, getting them over this pipeline, moving them up these stages. So this is the pipeline. You might hear of sales pipelines, where there's a lot of stuff at the top of the funnel. There's a lot of new customers, and your job is to get them down the funnel, down each stage, and into closed won or closed lost. So we want to get this job. Are you having it or you're not? So what you'll do is you've got the initial meeting. My keyboard's very sensitive. You've gone from qualification, right? I'm all the way up now to value proposition. I've got to give value and then deliver the quote. So I've got maybe a meeting. I've got to go to the Grove and have a meeting. All right. So I'm going to go here, and inside activity, I'm going to add an activity meeting. I need to set a meeting up and get on a meeting, right? On-site meeting. Right. We're going to do it tomorrow at 12. Right. Well, 11. Let's do 11:30. Host related to the contact. add Steve Jones so it can send him an email, I think, and you save. Would you like to send invitations to guests? So would you like to tell Steve Jones he's going to get an invite? I better not, because there might be a steve@grove.com. I'm going to put do not send. And now I've got an open activity for this deal. So for this, I then might have to set up a task, prepare for meeting, right? Prepare meeting tomorrow at, it's high priority. Daily. Oh yeah, it's just a one thing. We're going to save it, right? Prepare for meeting. So it comes to tomorrow. I go about my day. I've got this deal as done. I've got all my other deals in the pipeline, right? I'm not just working with one person. But tomorrow comes, and we know that we've got the Grove meeting to do, and we've got to prepare for it. And then we know we've got the on-site meeting, right? Open deals, on-site meeting. So we're going to the Grove. We're having a meeting. We take it now. The customer is interested. The value proposition, you have said we can provide these CCTV cameras. This is about the price. This is what they'll cover. This is what you can get. Would you be interested in having a price? We know that Steve is already the decision maker, so we're going past this. And we're going to go to proposal and negotiate. Now what you'll see is, here's the timeline here as well. We're trying to get to close one, and we're getting closer, aren't we? We've started off down this pipeline here, and we're getting closer. Now we're doing a quote. Now we're going off in whatever quoting system. If you've got a paid version of Zoho CRM, you can do it in Zoho CRM, but you may now have to go off and do a quote, and you might attach that quote into this deal. So if you've got a PDF, upload file, grab a file, just a YouTube picture, but this might be your quote, right? And I'm going to attach that as the quote on here, and I'm going to send it to the customer. Customer, now we've moved to negotiate review. So you'll notice again in Zoho, lots of different ways to move stuff. You could just drag and drop here to negotiate, sorry, or you can go into it, and we are now into the negotiate review stage of the deal. The final part is coming. So back in the deal, I'm going to open another activity, and I'm going to do a call. I'm going to schedule a call, subject yes or no. You've probably got a better way of saying that in your business. Negotiation call related to the Grove Inn, and we're going to schedule a call for Wednesday next week at what time do we think is going to be best? 2:30, right? 2:30, now it's in my list of things to do. It's in my activities. It comes to the next week. I get a pop-up. Phone the Grove. Phone Steve at the Grove. Phone number. And get a yes or no out of them. So you make your call. Steve, are you in? Are you having these new cameras or not? Or do you need me to come and give you some more information? Steve is in. Yes, we're having it. Let's do it. And we're here. Closed one on that date. And we've got a star. Your boss will see that you've got a closed deal. Or you get closed lost. Why don't you want it? Or smart security was cheaper. Lost on deal. Lost on price. Right? If they tell you. Save it. And now you've got a close lost thumbs down. Let's go back to close one. Let's finish with some positivity. And now that is the pipeline done. You now pass that on to however your process is to get the product to the customer, and then the accounts department charge them. But your job as a salesperson or admin or whatever it might be is done, and that is what you're using Zoho CRM for mainly, especially on the free version. Let's just talk a little bit about the collaboration side of it and how you can tag your boss. You can tag things in. Your boss will see that you're lost on price or any information, even though it's updated. So if I go in, this is your boss seeing this. Can see Sarah Sales updated a deal. And how's that going? But you can also say, So say your next deal is this, Chanay, whatever that Chanay is. We're going to go to fields, and I'm going to ask the sales team, because say everybody else is connected. Hello, heading to Chanay today. Anybody done work with them? And post that out. It's like a Facebook status. Think of it as a quick way to ask people questions without having to bother them all with emails. The boss might come in, come to his job, come to his CRM and see, heading to Chanay today, anybody? And the boss might come in, or another salesperson might come in and say, hello, at, and then can put your name in. Yes, I know them well. I'll come and have a chat with you. Something like that, right? Or you could go back onto yours. You can go to this deal. There might be a closed deal that's sort of showing some life. And the boss might say, so if we go to Chanay, the boss might, this is the boss's profile. The boss might go here to Chanay and tag you in something and say, go down to notes and say, at Sarah, sorry, I was surprised to see that there. At Sarah, can you look into this deal? I think it may be a good time to visit. Something like that. So your boss might tag you in something. They may change the ownership of the job, of the deal to you, deal owner. The boss might say, I'm too busy to do this. I'm going to pass it on to Sarah. So he's just tagged you and then said, can you take this over? So now when we go back to yours, you've got notifications. Updated a deal, posted a comment. Hello, yeah, updated a deal. Chanay. You can see them. So what you can see, basically I'm saying you can tag people and you can comment. And it's a bit more interactivity in the office on big projects. So you're not always on your own. So it's an idea to know if you get notifications that you've been tagged or commented. It's just somebody writing in a feed or doing something like that. Or you might do this. Chanay is a 55,000. Oh, it's all right. Oh no, yeah, let's go back. It's very keen, mate. There's something wrong with my keyboard, right? Chanay, $55,000 deal. I'm going to win it. Right. £55,000 deal. In the feeds, you have just updated a deal. Probability change from, I don't know why this doesn't have a bit more of a fancier. Won the deal. So the boss is now coming here. We'll get updated a deal probability. Congratulations. Nice work. The boss will also get a email. There's going to be loads of emails here after all that stuff in there. Notification. The boss gets this. Big deal has been created. Sarah Sales has closed the Chanay job. 55,000. The boss is giving you a call. So it's a good interactive, and the collaboration stuff's really sweet as well. Let's just quickly talk about the app as well. So just think about taking all this information with you everywhere you go. If I open the app, obviously you have to log in, and you're going to be able to see deals open. You're going to see relatively the same thing as you see on the desktop. You can see that information. You can see the contacts for the job. Any notes and things on the contact. Send them an email. Any details on emails. Things like that in there. Obviously, you can see the feeds where people have commented. You've got notifications on there. I'm actually logged in as the boss here. This is not Sarah. That's why it just notified. Any leads. I can see all the leads in the system that I need to qualify. Any contacts. If I'm looking for someone's contact information, obviously I just type it in there. Go blogs. Right. golden chippy. Press the phone button, press the email button, add any notes maybe I want. In the more section here, I can see my deals. So I'm on the fly, on the road. Oh, I don't think I clicked on it then, did I? Deals. All deals. Closing this month, I can filter it down. My deals. Can take a look at the deals, take a look at the information. Again, add any notes. Add a voice note. Allow a microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save voice note. So you're on the fly. Remember to call so and so, or remember this thing for that. So the app is very good as well. It's going to take all that information off the desktop, off your computer, off your laptop, or the web browser, whatever the app is, wherever you've been using it, and it takes it with you wherever you go. So it's really cool, isn't it? Just a really valuable thing to know, that you can take the app and work that way as well. So I hope that gave you an initial insight. It gave you some good ideas on exactly how your company or the new company you're going to work for, or a job interview, how Zoho CRM works. So it gives you a bit more information to walk in there knowing you know a bit more about it. It's very easy to use. It's easy to get around. There's multiple ways to get to the same place. There's also a lot more it can do. If you're not using the free version, if you look here and it says Enterprise or something like that, there's a lot that Zoho can do. There's a lot of customization. There's a lot of things it can do to speed up processes. It might be sending out e-documents and tracking products and tracking inventory and all sorts of things on a higher level, which that's obviously next stage. If you come to pnuk.co, Zoho CRM, I'll put links all the way through this video. There is a new user certification for you, and if you take that, it is just watching this video that you've just done, and it will give you, it's going to be a bit weird for me in here. Is it going to be a little bit funky on me? Yeah, because I'm logged in as me. It's gonna give you a certificate there. It's because I'm admin, it just won't let me in, I don't think. Oh, I need to click here. Oh my God, Paul. Just so that you can take, if you need a certificate or you need some information to take with you, then you can, and your certificate for completing the job is there. There's Zoho One Experience, new user training for watching this part of this video. Just jump in. There's also a forum. If you go to any lesson, you will see there is a Zoho CRM forum where you can ask any questions you want. Dive in, put me to work, say I need to know this, is there a video on that, I need to know that. Ask in the YouTube comments. You can also ask there, no problem, I will try and help you out. But all the best, I hope I've given you some ideas. Cheers for watching. Right, let's sign up for the free version of Zoho CRM and get up and running straight away, right? So we're going to obviously come to zoho.com/CRM or whichever Zoho area that you want to use. I think it will jump you to your local area anyway, but I'm going to use zoho.com. I'm going to put in my name. I'll put in my proper name. Test 2021, because that is what video we are doing. And a password, don't say out loud. Phone number, put your phone number in. I'm going to put a fake one in because I don't want them to start phoning me. Because they will call you and see if you need any help. See if you need anything. I would like to receive marketing. It's up to you, obviously, if you want to. Ticket and agree to terms. Get started, right? Creating your account. So here we go. Company name. Oh. Would like to show alerts. So if you want it to pop up, let it pop up on your screen. I'm not going to allow it to. You know, but as you're using your business, you may want to let it just give you notifications. You know, if there's somebody else in the company. So you're looking here at your time, you're looking at the language, and you're looking at currency. So obviously, if you're in a different area, put your time zone in. If you're wanted to be in a different language, they've added a lot more languages this year. And current location where you are. Load sample data. If you know what you're doing, you don't need to do it. But if you want to, populate it so you've got information already in there so you can play around and show other people before you start using it. Click, leave it ticked. It's very easy to get rid of. Get started. Right, next stage. We've got a choice here. Do we want to take a tour of Zoho CRM? Do we want to go and input and migrate it? Or do we just want to skip it? If you've seen my video, if you've seen this introduction video, you probably don't need a tour. But of course, you can jump in, take the tour. It's going to go through. This is how you track leads. Here you go to qualify, you convert. Know how you're performing in the reports. And then you're in. And we've got that sample data, so we've loaded. If you wanted to go through a migration, I would look in the Zoho One experience and ask me certain things. If you've got information in another CRM that you want to import in, or you've got a spreadsheet that you want to import, I've got specific videos on that. So if you jump into the Zoho One CRM, the Zoho One experience forum on my website and ask the questions, or ask in the comments for this video, and I'll put you on to how to import your data. But at this point now, we're all set up, and we can start delving through the CRM, right? So obviously, the data, the contacts, we know from the video, this is where our contacts live. We can edit this view if we want to. We can go in and edit, change settings, and browse around. It's just sample data at this point. You can just have a quick look around, see if your accounts are there. Yep, they are. Are the deals in? Everything's populated that you'd expect, and it's all really set up and ready to go for importing, maybe inviting other people in your organization, right? I just want to jump in this section as well. What you'll notice up the top here is it says Enterprise Trial, and we don't really want to try the Enterprise level. This is a £35 a month version, so you may find you're looking at things that aren't going to be available to you in the free version. So you're welcome to try it out for 15 days, or you can go up to here. If you've got no intention of paying, click on the profile of the head, and then it says here, Enterprise level trial expires in 15 days. Try other editions. What you want to do is come down here. If you want to just use the free version, switch to free version. You're about to cancel your trial. Your subscription will switch back to the free version. I understand. Cancel. Up at the top of the page, it will now say free upgrade. So we're only dealing now with the free version, right? So as I say, 15 days you can tinker with it, you can do stuff, but be aware that some of the settings in that enterprise trial may not be will go away. So I would recommend just go to the free version and then dive in. It's up to you whether you now remove the sample data once you've played around, or if you invite somebody in so they can play with the sample data. So what we'll do is we'll invite somebody in so that they can come in and see how it works. Maybe so you can train them with actual data before they dive in a blank CRM, right? So we're going to go up to the settings here, up here. We're going to go to users, and we're going to add a user. Here we go, plus new user. Let's call them sales number 1. Let's call her Sarah Sales. I always go with Sarah Sales. Sarah Sales. Oh, last name Sales. Right. Email Sarah21 at paulnicholson.com. And then you can choose the role. Is this the admin or a manager? Is it the CEO or is it, manager here? So it depends on what settings you want to give them, what privileges those people are. And you can set it then to admin or standard. I would recommend standard because you obviously don't want, if it's just somebody who's a salesperson, you don't really want them tinkering with settings. If they have got full admin, give them admin, right? Standard. And you can tinker with those settings. And Sarah's sales has been added, right? So Sarah will get an email. I've got my emails turned off. In a second, here we go. Did I type? I always have to make sure I type the name in right, you know. Yeah, so I think she will get an invite. Are we in junk? I'll have a look. Oh, there we go. It's gone to my junk for some reason. So keep an eye on your junk. I'm going to put it back in as not junk. Here we go. Zoho team, confirm your account. So you've been welcome to Zoho CRM. We are so happy you're here. Confirm your account, right? Oh, that's test. I don't know. That's actually the test. It's not the invite. That's my account. Let's confirm that anyway. So yeah, I'm not verify, access, verified. So yeah, you need to do that. I'm surprised it went to his junk mail, actually, knowing me. So setup and users, Sarah Sales, re-invite, try that. Have I typed my name in properly? Yeah, close, an invitation, email. Yeah, it's not coming through though, is it? These setup videos always make me look like a fool. Well, I've spelt my name right. I'm just going to pause it and just give it a minute to come through. Maybe it's just a bit slow. Yeah, it did come through. It's just my email, it just froze. So here's the invitation. Paul Nicholson has invited you to join Happy Me Limited. CRM account, join now. If the above doesn't copy and paste this. So Sarah Sales is coming in and she's going to click this link. Full name, Sarah Sales, password, and create my account. And now Sarah can see. Actually, Sarah's limited to seeing the sample data. So it's actually, that's a good point, isn't it? They won't see the sample data. But Sarah is now invited and she's in the CRM. So I didn't realise that the sample data wouldn't be shown to the other user. That's interesting. So we want to say, do we want people to see our information? Do we want them to share it or not? So if you go up to settings here, back to settings and go to users. Oh, I've missed it then, didn't I? Users. In fact, security control is what I was going to go to. And then data sharing at the top. Data sharing settings. Are all your contacts going to be private to each other? Are you going to allow people to see them? And are you allowing people to edit them? So for information, the leads, accounts and contacts, obviously everything's private. So it's private to that person who put them in, private to the admin that signed up. Do you want them to be read only so that people can see them but they can't edit them? Or do you want them to be public, read, write and delete, right? So you can do them all one time by going here. So leads, we're going to make public. Accounts, we're going to make public. Contacts, deals, we might just put as read only. Campaigns, public. Activities, public. And you can go through and set up what you want to see between them, right? So for everything we've done there, we've now changed the settings. So if I go back and refresh or click on a different setting and refresh, now we can see the leads. Now we can see the contacts. And we can edit the contacts, right? We can go in and change things, but we didn't change it for deals. We can see the deals. This is probably interesting that if people start working on the same sort of customers, you want to make sure that they don't work, got deals going against each other. But there is no option to edit this deal. See, everything's padlocked because we chose with the deals to leave as public read only. So you can't mess with somebody else's deal. But for a standard user, now we're saying you can see other people's accounts, you can see other people's contacts and things like that. So it's interesting. I didn't realise that the default was private. But that's how to change it and allow people to see that sample data. We have invited a new user and we can delve in and really get using it. That was just a quick setup guide. If you come to forum.z1exp.com, you can just jump in and ask a question. There is free training on my website, paulnicholson.com, or if you go to pnuk.co, Zoho CRM, that has been a link all the way through this video, and you can go through the setup guides. There will be a 2021 setup, and that will get you going. So we've signed up at the minute. The final thing we're going to do is remove that sample data by going back to setup, and here you will see remove sample data. Yes, proceed. Sample data removal has been scheduled. In a minute or so it will pop up and say it's been removed. So that was just a quick setup guide, how easy it is to set it up. I didn't realize the private settings on the invite, and I've obviously checked your email settings, check your spam for those invites. It's very easy to sign up and get going. Hopefully that's helped you get you set up. There's a lot more to change, a lot more to edit, and a lot to Zoho CRM. Lots of integrations and importing, exporting data. Come to z1exp.com, join the Zoho One experience. It's all free, everything's free. All the training courses are free. The forum is free, and you can ask any questions you've got in there. You just go, here, look, if you've got a question, just click here, ask a question. Pops up a little thing, give me some information, tell me what you need, and I'll point you in the right direction. So I hope that helped. If you've got any questions, you're on YouTube, you can leave comments in there as well. Stay tuned for more and more on Zoho, and we'll see you soon.